By 8 a.m. further north, 8,000 Australians had come ashore, including Oliver and Joe Cumberland. At the same time, Lieutenant Colonel Mustafa Kemal, the commander of the Turkish Reserve Division, began his march to stop the Anzac landing. It was now a race for the heights. Shortly after 8 a.m., Mehmet Shifik was in position. Around 8:30, he attacked. Mehmet Shifik's attack confused the Australians. Wounded and stragglers were everywhere. Troops searched for their officers and orders. Many lost their way in the rugged terrain. The New Zealanders came ashore later in the morning. Bill Ledley landed around 10:30.
When I jumped into the water, it came up to my neck. I held my rifle above my head and waded towards the shore. But halfway there, I stumbled into a hole in the sea bottom and went right underneath the water. I lost my rifle, but soon managed to scramble out of the hole and reach the beach safely. I quickly obtained a rifle from a dead Australian and joined up with the rest of the signallers from the other barges who'd gone ahead. Bill Ledley.
As Oliver Cumberland rushed up one of the cliffs, he was shot in the thigh and taken back to the beach. All along the peninsula, plans for evacuating the wounded broke down. Hospital ships quickly became overcrowded, their staffs overwhelmed. Ships which carried mules and horses were converted into hospital transports. Many wounded died on the ships during the trip to hospitals in Alexandria. Others died on the beaches as they waited to be evacuated. As soon as he landed, Lieutenant Colonel Percival Fenwick, a New Zealand doctor, rushed to attend to the wounded.
At one time, over 400 were lying on the stones waiting to be moved. I dressed as many as I could, but it was a dreadful time. The shrapnel never ceased. One poor chap who had his tongue and jaw shot away could not speak, but wrote on a scrap of paper, "I'll be well soon, and have another smack at them." Percival Fenwick.
By 10 o'clock, Mehmet Shifik's troops were under heavy Australian fire. His right flank was commanded by Captain Hallis of Uşak, a seasoned professional soldier.
You could see in his face that he did not believe the situation was in our favor. I tried to understand why his face turned more and more pale, and the confident look in his eyes faded away. But in a short while, the reason became apparent. The khaki cloth of his left arm slowly turned red, and blood drops accumulated at his fingertips. Lieutenant Ahmet Mujib.
Soon Hallis was forced to seek treatment for his wound. Before he left, he ordered his troops to stay and defend the line to the last man.
We were slowly being wiped out. Our firing line gradually disappeared. There were only 40 to 50 rifles left firing. The time had come to send a messenger to let them know that we were all about to die here.
Around 10:30, just as the Turkish line was about to collapse, Mustafa Kemal arrived ahead of his 57th Regiment. He took command of the entire front and attacked. The battle for the heights had begun.
Everybody hurled himself on the enemy to kill and to die. This wasn't a regular battle. Everybody was hungry for either success or death. I added a verbal order to my subordinates stating, "I don't order you to fight. I order you to die." Lieutenant Colonel Mustafa Kemal.